Have you ever met someone who thought they could bully their way to a bargain, only to crash and burn? In the heart of a bustling furniture store, Karen Miller believed she could outsmart everyone. Her voice echoed through the showroom, a piercing demand for discounts that turned heads and silenced conversations. She wasn't just shopping, she was waging war on weak-build quality, as she called it, her eyes glinting with self-righteous fury. Karen, a self-proclaimed expert in craftsmanship, stormed through aisles, pointing at every table, chair, and shelf, declaring them inferior. "This is garbage," she shouted, jabbing a manicured finger at a sleek oak dining set. "I deserve better for my money." The staff, trained to stay calm, exchanged uneasy glances. Karen wasn't just a customer. She was a force of nature, and her storm was just beginning. Karen's crusade wasn't about quality, it was about control. She'd haggled her way through every store in town, leaving a trail of flustered managers and discounted receipts. This time, she'd set her sights on Haven Furniture, a family-owned business known for its fair prices and no-nonsense policies. Karen had heard rumors of their strict no returns on display units rule, but dismissed it as a bluff. "They'll bend," she told herself, striding into the store with a smirk. She zeroed in on a display Modila modern glass coffee table with chrome accents, marked down 40% because it was a floor sample. Perfect, she thought, already calculating how she'd demand an even steeper discount. She flagged down an employee, a young man named Ethan, and launched her attack. "This table's scratched," she lied, pointing at an invisible flaw. "I'll take it for half the listed price." Ethan, polite but firm, explained the table was already discounted and non-returnable. Karen's face reddened. "Do you know who I am?" she snapped, her voice rising. "I could buy this whole store if I wanted." Ethan stood his ground, but Karen wasn't having it. She escalated, demanding the manager, a woman named Clara, who arrived with a calm but steely demeanor. Clara reiterated the store's policy. Display units were sold as is, no exceptions. Karen scoffed, her voice dripping with condescension. "You're ripping people off with this junk," she said, gesturing wildly at the table. "I'll take it for $200, or I'm walking." Clara didn't flinch. "The price is $400, ma'am. Take it or leave it." That's when Karen's temper erupted. She grabbed a nearby vase, a delicate hand-blown piece from the display, and smashed it on the floor. "This is what I think of your quality," she screamed, kicking over a stack of cushions for good measure. Gasps rippled through the crowd of shoppers. Ethan froze, wide-eyed, as Clara called security. But Karen wasn't done, she was just getting started. Enter Maria, a quiet retiree who'd been browsing nearby. She wasn't part of the staff, just a regular customer with a knack for noticing details others missed. Maria had seen Karen's type before, bullies who thrived on chaos. As Karen ranted, Maria stepped forward, her voice soft but piercing. "Ma'am, I saw you scratch that table yourself," she said, pointing to a faint mark Karen had made with a ring moments earlier. The crowd murmured, heads turning. Karen's face twisted in shock. "You're lying," she spat, but Maria held up her phone, revealing a video she'd discreetly recorded. The footage was clear, Karen dragging her ring across the table's surface, smirking as she did it. The twist hit like a thunderbolt. Karen wasn't just demanding. She was sabotaging. Shoppers whispered, their sympathy for her evaporating. Clara, now armed with evidence, crossed her arms. "You've damaged our property," she said. "You'll need to pay for either face charges." Karen's bravado crumbled. She stammered, trying to deflect blame, but the crowd was no longer on her side. Security arrived, two burly guards who flanked her as Clara presented the bill. $400 for the table, $150 for the vase, and $50 for the ruined cushions. Karen's eyes widened. "You can't do this," she shrieked, but Clara was unmoved. "You broke it. You bought it," she said, nodding to the guards. Desperate, Karen tried to haggle again, offering $300 for everything, but Clara shook her head. "Full price, or we call the police." The crowd watched, some filming, others whispering. Karen's face burned with humiliation as she realized she was trapped. Her plan to strong-arm a deal had backfired spectacularly. She fumbled for her credit card, hands shaking, and paid the full amount. The table, vase, and cushions now hers were loaded into her car, non-returnable, just as the policy stated. As Karen drove away, the weight of her actions settled in. She'd wanted to prove her dominance, to show the world she could outsmart anyone. Instead, she'd exposed herself as a fraud, caught on video, and shamed in front of strangers. Back at Haven Furniture, Clara and Ethan cleaned up the mess, their spirits unbroken. Maria, the unexpected hero, Iram,